Hello, my dear friends. Good afternoon. I have to talk there because the camera is there. Hi, how are you? My name is Heske. Welcome to my video. I am Heske, the owner of Mind My Life Hypnotherapy, and I help women to feel better about themselves, about their bodies, and have a healthy relationship with food, weight, size, and so on. This is Monday, and I have to think of a topic to talk to you every week. And actually, I have so many things to talk about that every week I'm like, what is the best? What is the best thing that I can tell you now? And I was just thinking this morning, like, why don't I address the hypnotherapy thing once? Because those who are new to this page, who are not really into the whole therapy land and all those different techniques that are out there, maybe you think like hypnotherapy, isn't that the thing where you have to look at this little moving thing, and then you get all dizzy and suddenly you're walking around like a chicken or something like that? Is that actually a therapy? And is that something that works? And is that something that I want or would want for myself? And I get that a lot. So that's why I thought, why don't I just go back to the beginning and just what is that technique that I am using, and why would that be interesting to resolve any issues around feeling very body conscious, feeling very negative around yourself, feeling anxiety around food or anxiety around your size or your weight. Why would I use hypnotherapy, So, let me just start by saying that hypnosis is a natural state of our brain. We have different phases or stages of awareness. Like, you might know that it's not the same being very concentrated and dealing with new information when you have to manage yourself around new ideas, new information, new data, that you're very alert, you're listening very well, you're very present, right? Well, that's the most active state that you could have as a human being in your consciousness. Then there's another step, which is where you are actually doing routine work, where you are driving a car, for example. So you are just driving your car. You don't have to think about where you're going. You're going to work, for example. You're driving to work, and you go there every day, and you are there. You're present, but for some reason, you don't have to deal with new information too much, and nobody is really stopping you from just being in that flow, and then suddenly you're in you have arrived at home or in your office or whatever, and you haven't really been that actively connected. Well, there is where you already get very close to a state of hypnosis. If you would even take it further, you would be watching television, for example, or you would be in the back of a bus. Just, you're there, but you're really zoned out, or you're in the shower. You're just like a bit daydreamy. So you're there, you're very relaxed, and but you're also focused. You're like in this little cocoon of attention. So when you're watching a movie, for example, or where you're just daydreaming about something. That is a state of hypnosis. They call it the highway hypnosis, when you're in the back of the car, just watching outside, you're not doing, but you're not asleep, you're still there. If someone says, hey, you, or someone would call your name, or a loud sound or an alarm would go off, you would be back at the very alert state again. If you would even go deeper into relaxation, then you would get into a sleepy state. You would go into the REM state and you would fall asleep. So all those stages are just part of the human consciousness. But what happens in our brain when we are in that twilight zone of daydreaming, or being in that zone of being very relaxed and focused at the same time, in the little cocoon, as I speak, the special thing about it is that we stop judging ourselves, we stop analyzing stuff very much. We become very intuitive. A lot of times we have a lot of ideas when we are kind of daydreamy in the shower, just on your bike, just not doing really anything. A lot of ideas come up from the subconscious mind. And that is why we use hypnosis in rapid transformational therapy. That's the method that I practice. Because many times our problems are rationally quite easy to understand. I mean, you can have all these theories about it. You can know perfectly, what you're doing wrong. You can analyze it. You can say like, yeah, I don't understand why I'm just not able to stop worrying about what I see in the mirror. I'm fine. I know that I'm fine. But still, your heart sinks when you look in the mirror. Or your heart sinks when you look on the number on the scale. So, it's not a rational problem. It's an emotional problem. And that is always the case. The things that really, really bug us and that come back to us are always emotional. So if you're in that kind of daydreamy hypnotic state, the real emotional reasons, the associations that are underlying your problem are far more easy to connect with, to look at. And at the same time, hi lovely, hi. At the same time, while it's easier for you to look at what is actually underlying your problem, what emotions are coming up, it's at the same time the perfect state for learning. So if you want to learn something new, then this dream-like state, so this daydreamy-like state, is ideal to learn something new that you want to install in that subconscious space. Because 95% of our decisions are not based on a conscious perception. It's all there. It's all in the subconscious mind. Because if that would be all conscious, if every decision would be coming from a conscious choice, it would take us hours to do anything in life, right? So 95% is automatized, is in the subconscious. It's like routine. It's there. It's like a program, and it works like crazy. Every time you get to that same situation, it's like bam, bam, bam. That's how I do it. That's how I see things. Only that 5% when you have to deal with new information is very conscious, and that's when you make a really conscious choice. But at the moment where you feel that you are banging the same wall over and over again, when you are time and time again confronted with the same problem, where you feel like, I don't feel any control over how I'm feeling, I don't feel happy with my body, I notice that I am restricting myself on many levels again, because I feel this fear around not being good enough. And I tried everything. I know that it's not correct, but still I try, but I'm not able to change it. Well, that's because your program, your automatized program is in your subconscious. It's stored there. It's not so easy to change until you go back and reach into that deep level, on that emotional level. You look at it and then you decide, is this working for me? Is it still a program that is, making me happy? Or is it like an old one that's causing me pain and suffering, or it's causing other people pain and suffering? And then, that state of that dreamlike state that you're awake, but you're not awake. You're awake, but you're not 100% alert. That dreamy state of, that we all know so well, when you're just chilled out, is the perfect state for learning a new program, for installing a new program. And we do that by repetition, because we always learn by repetition. So that is why hypnosis is like the accelerator in the method that I practice. All the content is like similar to psychotherapy, to CBT, to systematic or problematic solving therapies. There are so many therapies out there, emotionally focused therapies. But the vehicle of hypnosis is like an accelerator, which makes it so much faster and so much more effective in a short time. That's why it's called Rapid Transformational Therapy. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. Please forget about the whole old idea of someone's going to, move a finger or move something in front of me, or I have to look at something turning and I will go like into sleep and suddenly I'm walking around on the stage like a chicken. Forget about all that. That's stage hypnosis, and has nothing to do with therapy. So it's funny, but it's something else. And I hope that I could add something to your knowledge. And if you have any questions, if you're interested, you can go to my website, mindmylife.nl, or just send me a direct message. And I would say have a lovely day. Hope to speak to you soon, or see you soon somewhere, sometime. Bye bye. Big kiss.